Roch Kubatko from MASNsports.com. School of Rock joining us on this Sunday. And Roch, give us a little update on the Monday starter. Who do you think it's going to be? Are they going to hide it from us until after the game?
They're still hiding it. Here's the hint. If you see Mike Wright pitch in today's game, then T.J. McFarland's going to be the starter. If you see T.J. McFarland using relief today, it's going to be Mike Wright. And here's the wild card. If you see both of them today, then we don't know what's going to happen. They're going to have to go down and bring somebody up, and there isn't an obvious candidate. But it really seems to be between those two. Vance Worley fell out of the running last night when he pitched. You know, the Royals are loaded with right-handed hitters, and they are hit 300 against McFarland in his career, which you think might be an issue, but Buck really likes TJ, and they think of him as a starter in the future. So he certainly got a shot there. Wright, of course, wasn't even supposed to be here. He was optioned and came right back with Darren O'Day on the DL. If they have to go down to the minors, we really don't know. It won't be Chris Lee from Bowie. He went on the DL today with a strained lat muscle, so he's out for a little while. Here it could be a couple weeks. So your guess is as good as mine if it has to be the minors. But it's going to be one of those two guys, we think, Wright or McFarland, and it really depends if one of them's used today. And if neither one is, then Buck can just make his choice.
Now, how about Dylan Bundy? He recently has given up quite a few runs.
Yeah, he's been scored upon in 5 of the last 6 outings. And it's a unique situation for the Orioles and for Dylan because he's learning at this level because he's out of options. They're trying to bring him along to keep him healthy, so he's given him a certain amount of rest that he needs. And they want to build up his innings so that he can be a starter next season or at least compete for a spot in the rotation. So all this is going on with Dylan Bundy while they're also saying, hey, go out there and get these guys out. It's a process here, but he's up to a 4.94 ERA in 23 2/3 innings, but they still obviously really like him. Just statistically, not looking real good right now. He's been scuffling some, but again, it's a tough spot for him and for the Orioles. He's not being stashed like a Rule 5, but nonetheless, like I said, there's a lot of things going on with Dylan beyond just trying to get guys out, and he's not throwing that cutter / slider right now, which you figure once he's able to again, that's going to be a big weapon for him. He's trying to get by without it, but it was putting too much restraint on his forearm. That's why he was shut down in the AFL, and he really went to the Orioles, and they agreed at minicamp that why don't we shelve that one for now. So you have to figure Dylan's going to be a lot more effective when he can start throwing that pitch again.
Now, how about Caleb Joseph? He's on the disabled list, and Buck sort of speculates he doesn't know when he's coming back at this point.
Right. There's really no timetable. It's just nice to see teammates come up today and give him gentle hugs. They're kind of leading with the side hug because of what he went through. And he said he feels a lot better the last 3 days especially. There's been tremendous improvement, but he was not going to come back until he could walk without being embarrassed, he said. But they don't know yet. Like Buck says, there's not a lot of history with this type of injury. So Caleb said he feels like he could start running right now, but they're probably still going to wait. He's been watching games on TV. He said, you know, I'm a much better hitter when I'm watching on TV. I could hit 400. He knows there's going to be a mental hurdle to clear as well. Taking a foul tip like that, he's going to go back behind the plate. It's inevitable he's going to get hit again at some point. Buck said they may even work with him in batting practice, bounce a few pitches just to get him kind of acclimated again, not thinking about it. Meanwhile, seriously, he has heard from a couple manufacturers of protective cups, and one of them, Buck says, made out of a material that's bulletproof. And Buck's like, I want that one. So you figure that's probably going to be safe for him getting hit with foul tips. But he's heard all your jokes, by the way. Caleb's heard them all. He's making them now, too. He appreciates, because it's funny unless it happens to you, but eventually he can joke about it. He appreciates what the Orioles have done for him, the Oriole family. He said the outpouring of love and support. University of Maryland Medical Center, what they did for him. He's very appreciative. We don't know when he's going to be back in the lineup, but it was nice to see him back in the clubhouse.
Roch, as always, we appreciate your inside look at the Orioles. Check him out at Roch Kubatko, MASNsports.com for all the latest on the Orioles 24 hours a day. Usually blogs something about 5:30 in the morning, even before you may wake up. Roch Kubatko.